Angie Roberts, speaking on behalf of Unison, the Public Service Union, and I'm speaking in support of the Composite Motion 3. And I'm also from Wales, like the previous speaker, the great nation of Wales, and I'm also a proud graduate of the Jo Cox Women in Leadership programme. Thank you. For thousands of people moving into use of universal credit, it has been a nightmare. Even John Major described it as operationally messy, socially unfair and unforgiving. And as the Ken Loach film, I, Daniel Blake, so ably demonstrated, the current system dehumanises people. For some it has led to destitution, and for others, tragically, it has driven them to take their own lives. The rollout of universal credit has been shambolic. Warning after warning about the new system has been ignored, and many organisations have repeatedly called for the rollout of UniCredit to be stopped. And for a fundamental rethink of the policy, the original white paper said, the government is committed to ensuring that no one loses as a direct result of these reforms. We have ensured no one will experience a reduction in the benefit they receive as a result of the introduction of universal credit. Thousands of people know now that claim was a lie. It isn't just the fact that you have to claim online, even though many are unable to, as we already heard from previous speakers, or that they may face delays if you haven't got a bank or building society account, or that you are driven into debt from the outset because you don't get any money for 5 weeks, or that 1 in 4 don't get the right money on time, or that 40% waited 11 weeks or more for a full payment. It isn't just the fact that without money you can't feed your children, pay the rent, or put money in the gas meter or the electric meter, or that universal credit fluctuates, creating chaos for family finances, or that the sanctions regime that accompanies it is pernicious, or now that we even have this 2-child limit, or that all the money goes to one person, often undermining women's financial independence. But conference, it is also where the universal credit service has been rolled out. We've seen a rise in rent arrears, food bank use, more people driven into debt, and a bonanza for payday lenders. Conference, when something isn't fit for purpose, when it ruins lives, when it creates fear and panic, it's time to put a stop to it. It's time to halt universal credit, and it's time to get rid of this cruel Tory government. Please support this motion and support public service workers. Thank you.